From Saturday Night News headquarters, this is Weekend Update with Chevy Chase.
You under the covers right now? Did you shower? Good evening. I'm Chevy Chase. The top story is...
That is a young writer and actor named Chevy Chase anchoring the first ever Weekend Update on the debut episode of Saturday Night Live back in October of 1975. SNL creator Lorne Michaels was 30 years old when his variety show went on the air with a cast that included future Comedy Hall of Famers like Chevy, Dan Aykroyd, John Belushi, and Gilda Radner. 50 years later, the 80-year-old Michaels is still at it, putting together a chaotic 90 minutes of sketches and music that somehow make it on the air at 11:30 on Saturday nights. Tonight, SNL celebrates those 50 years with a must-watch, star-studded live special. So we thought we'd take a look back, too, in a collection of our favorite Sunday Sit-Downs with the famous cast members of Saturday Night Live.
Live from New York, it's Saturday night!
October 11th, 1975. When I say that to you, sitting here still years later, what do you think?
Well, I didn't sign up for this. It just worked out that way.
50 years after the premiere of Saturday Night Live, the house that Lorne Michaels built is an American institution.
Just kind of where everything started for me.
All this stuff is so familiar.
Well, isn't that special?
Only 167 people have landed the dream job as cast members in that elite comedy club inside Studio 8H.
How does it feel back in the studio?
My goodness. Well, it feels like coming back home.
Last Thursday!
I remember seeing Rosanna on the update desk and thinking, like, those people are so cool.
My brother was 8 years older than me, and he would watch it and then act it out for me the next day.
I couldn't watch it with other people. I was that obsessed because I would get mad if someone talked during a sketch.
As you got older, did you have in your head somewhere, man, I'd love to be on that show someday?
Yeah.
You did?
Yes. But to me, it was like a little kid in Little League being like, I want to be shortstop for the Yankees.
Right.
Like, yeah, great.
Yeah.
So does everyone.
Right. Do you allow yourselves the moment ever of, I grew up here, this is where I came from, and now I'm going to go be the head writer and one of the biggest stars on Saturday Night Live?
It doesn't make sense. It's dumb luck.
Here we go. I love SNL audition stories.
Hi, I'm Sally Field.
What was that day like for you?
I was scared to death. Scared to death, but guess what? This young Tracy had nothing to lose.
Audio guy puts a microphone and goes, Jay, Jimmy, just a little tip. Lorne doesn't laugh.
Why don't you go to the store with your mother?
I did Jimmy Fallon at a funeral.
Which was?
Oh, man, this is so sad.
So how long from that audition until you get the phone call that you were dreaming of?
That night.
Same night.
So I saved the number as best call ever.
He just picks up the phone and says, look, I think you'll be really good at it, and in time, you'll have to figure it out.
I remember Lorne asking, why do you think you should work here? And I said, because I love wearing wigs.
Lauren did ask me in that meeting, would you be willing to cut your hair? And I was like, yeah, I'll shave my head. Do whatever you want. And then I walked out, and all the people in his office, and they were like, so? And I was like, I don't know what happened. And they were like, you got it.
Most of the people in my town don't have their teeth, so I'm their queen there.
I mean, my whole first season, I was just convinced I was going to be fired the whole year and was crying all the time, being like, this is it, it's over now.
I flubbed my first line on live TV in my dream job.
You recovered nicely, though.
Am I sweating?
Lorne is a tough coach. I didn't think I would do well on the show. I now see that I did okay on the show.
Oh, I love the smell.
What is that, do you think?
Yeah.
Show coming together? Tonight you're pitching ideas, meeting the hosts, do all those things.
I don't like meeting the hosts.
Oh, really?
No, I don't like famous people.
It is great to be here hosting Saturday Night Live.
What's that feeling?
I'm still a writer. Why am I hosting? Because I'm a writer here.
The minute you guys go to commercial breaks, it is an all-out sprint.
It's the only time I ever feel like an athlete. I'm like, whoo, ripping my shirt off and running.
It's really like comedy army training.
Piece of Boys Club.
You want to say it instead of spraying it, young lady?
Yeah.
And you got to meet all kinds of great actors and actresses and all the great music acts of the day.
Partying and the after parties and all that. Was it as crazy as they say it was?
Well, the after parties had some intensity.
I was so sort of dumb and green. All these sketches would come in and they were like 18 pages long and writers going, oh, about how funny it was.
Oh, no. I don't know how you get better than Keith Morrison. I knew he was going to be here. I knew he was going to be here.
No one tells a story like Dateline. Or do they?
That's so rad. What character of yours do you hear about the most if you're walking down the street?
It depends. Older black people, they love the Steve Harvey.
Show me how Oprah got a groove back.
Oprah was just a liberating joy.
It's my birthday!
I'm told there's one impersonation you did just so that you could meet the person.
Yes, that would be Prince.
And what did he say about the impersonation?
He sort of turned around to me and he said, it's cool. Oh. And he rubbed my arm. Oh.
I'm not sure you two are the best mentors for me anyway.
I don't do impressions. I don't have characters. I'm very limited.
I really didn't feel like I found my place there, or that I sort of was earning my salary until I joined the writing staff, until I found my way into Update.
Wow. So this is SNL. I have like a stepdad theory that when you're replacing someone that America loves, like Seth or Tina and Amy, they're always like, where's the other guy?
New York City this week went 5 days without anyone getting shot because it's just way more fun to push people onto the subway tracks.
That's how I process the worst things in my life, is through making fun of it.
Can we be funny? Why start now?
Do you think it's important for SNL to be here for people in these times when they're not feeling great?
Wearing a suit, tails, carrying a big baton.
I do, and not in any grand way. I just think it's our job, and that's what we do.
So when you decide to leave after 7 seasons, is that a hard decision?
If someone had said to me, you only get to do Saturday Night Live, and that's all you'll ever get to do, I would have signed on the dotted line.
Amy Poehler actually described a feeling you get. It's just a feeling of like, I think I've said what I wanted to say, and this is the time.
What's it like for you to go back and watch SNL now?
We love watching it together. If we're not together, we'll like live text during it. And it's like someone who played sports, right? Be like, oh, I see. You know what? I bet this moved up from dress.
I don't really laugh like that, do I? A little bit.
It's nice, you know, to know that you still have a home somewhere.
Do you see a day, Lauren, anywhere on the horizon where you're not sitting on that office anymore?
My plan is to be here for the 50th, and by that point, I really deserve to wander off.
Lauren told me that back in 2020. We'll see if he actually does wander off. I'm skeptical. SNL 50, the anniversary special, airs live tonight at 8 o'clock Eastern Time on NBC and streaming on Peacock. It will be 3 hours packed with your favorite stars and sketches with some big surprises promised too. And I'll be hosting the Red Carpet pre-show at 7 o'clock Eastern with former SNL star Leslie Jones and comedian Matt Rogers. That's on NBC, E! And streaming on Peacock. We have something special for you on the Sunday Sit-Down podcast this week, a collection of the full extended interviews with Lauren and all of our other great SNL guests over the years. You can find those conversations wherever you get your podcasts.
Hey, thanks for watching. And don't forget, you can catch the Today Show every morning on NBC or take Today when you're on the go. Just follow the Today podcast on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you listen.